Bulldogs, hope you had a great weekend. It was definitely amazing to feel some spring weather coming in this weekend. A little windy here on a Sunday evening, but definitely the warm weather feels great. I'm out here with some of our pregnant does. Delilah and Honey, you just saw the multicolored one, Trixie that was running back and forth there. They'll be due in a couple months, so hopefully in a couple months we'll have some baby goats. And once kidding season starts, we'll have those on the morning announcements. But like I said, I hope you had a great weekend. Let's get this rolling. Please stand for the morning ceremony. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please be seated. First of all, we had some more departments I want to honor for students that received the Bulldog Pride Award. So those students there were selected either for pursuing excellence or achieving academic success, working as a team, or showing respect and responsibility. And we have another list of students that were honored by their teachers. So once again, thank you for all you do. Thank you for all you do each day to make Livonia a great place for all of us. This weekend, we had All County Music Festival. We had elementary school chorus and we had high school band. So representing the 6th grade and the chorus was Audrey DeBolt, Kellen Donovan, Gabriella Latier, Harper Sykes, and Emily Whittle. And then representing the Bulldogs and the high school band was Kellen DeWater, Shaylin Lauster, Lily Jarzabek, Nate Woolston, and Maren Gammon. Good job, guys. We also had a number of students that were honored as their artwork selected to be part of the New York State Art Teacher Student Art Exhibit. So there's 6 of them that are showcased right there. So congratulations to everyone that was selected. I know that I have an autographed picture of one of those on my mantle there. So thank you for all you do. Thank you for putting yourself out there. And thank you, Charlotte, for the autographed picture. With everything that's going on in Ukraine, we did have a couple organizations that reached out last week looking for supplies. So we're kind of notified on Friday. We only have a couple days to get this done. So it started March 3rd. We need to make sure we send these supplies out by the 10th. So we need all donations if you're interested. We need new items, and the items are listed there. Please note clothing, shoes, liquids, food, toothpaste, or shampoo. But you have any of these items that are brand new that you can donate to people in Ukraine, then bring your supplies to Mrs. Chefalo and make sure they're there by March 9th. She's in room 312 up in the first hallway in the math hallway by the main office. So once again, if you can donate or your family can donate any of those new items, please do. In a time when we seem so divided, not only as a world, but as a country, I know many of you have struggled leading your teams, leading your groups or your clubs. That's conversations with students that we're working through, trying to move groups forward and struggling with doing that. It isn't an easy thing to do this in these days. We tend to be in an angry era of our world, and but I have faith in you, in the youth of our community, our school, our students, our next generation, that you'll be the change we need, that you'll be those who learn to lead by uniting others. So I tell you, the adults in my generation always haven't been the best examples of that. So I thought about 5 ways to lead during tough times. The first thing you need to do is you need to lead from the heart. You're not going to be able to reach everyone. Be honest. You need to be honest. You need to keep your eyes open and see things how they really are at the moment, the good and the bad, and know your why, the mission, the vision, the reason behind everything you do, and where you want your group to be, and keep your heart fully engaged throughout. Second thing you want to do is you want to start with the core, not the crowd. Most of us try to unite everybody, move everyone forward at once. Instead, start by uniting a core group. It only takes a few to unite and move others along. If you can, start at the top. Captains, people in lead roles, because if you're united at the top, you're going to be united at the bottom, and that unity will spread throughout. Third thing, focus on the math, not the loudest. Don't focus on the negativity. It can be tough because the negative people are the loudest. Remember, when you're stepping up as a leader, you'll seldom be criticized by those doing more than you. Think about that. When you're trying to step up and do what's right and lead people, you'll seldom be criticized by those doing more than you. And never mistake loud for large. The angry voices usually represent a small part of the overall group. I read something this weekend that kind of goes back to that 90-10 ratio I was talked about last week. I'll talk about again. It said that 80% of the negative comments on social media come from 10% of the population. I believe that. In other words, only 10% are typically opposed to what you're doing, which means 90% are. You break down the math, 10 are set against it right from the start, 10 are going to jump on board right away, 30% are going to kind of quietly support, and 50% are kind of neutral. That's for pretty much everything. Fourth thing, focus on what you agree on. To lead effectively in a time of division, focus on what unites people, not what divides them. Focus on what you all have in common. We're all trying to do our best in our own lives with our own fears, hopes, dreams, insecurities, our own needs, dealing with the people in our lives. Focus on some starting points you all agree on. And when you focus on what's common between you, it's not just a great way to bring unity, it's also a great way to move everyone into the future together. The last great way to lead during tough times is focus on your why. I know many of you work on this throughout our English department as you move through school here in Livonia. There's a reason why that. Leadership consists of answering basically three questions: the why, what, and the how. But unfortunately, the what and how often dominate and divide us unless you ensure that they don't, especially during tough times. When things are going wrong, the negative people are going to focus on the what and the how. What are we doing? How are we doing this? But knowing your why and revisiting your why will always be your best friend during those tough times. Because out of those three, why, what, and how, only why unites. You need to know your why you live the life you do, why you do the things you do, and make your why your focus. And talk about your why twice as much as you do your what and how. I'll leave you with this quote. It's from Amanda Gorman. She's the youngest inaugural poet, in U.S. history. She's an award-winning writer. She's cum laude, graduate of Harvard University in sociology, and just an amazing young talent. Her quote is, "Our only enemy is that which would make us enemies of each other." So once again, have a great day, Bulldogs. Stay strong, be strong.